It's nice and easy interface. You orbit with the left mouse click, and you can separate the different elements with holding the spacebar and dragging with the middle mouse button. So under the display tab we have three different views: the UV one, which you can see all the UVs, the 3D one, which is the whole thing combined, and the edit view, in which most of the work is done. So I'm just holding the spacebar and middle mouse click, so I can move this to the side, so I can unfold it more easily. So with the C button, I just can select those edges, just tapping C, and now if I hit enter, I can just separate those edges from the shell, and I can hit D. This will bring it in the UV view. So if we go to the UV view, now we can hold F, and this will unfold the mesh easily and fast. So using that program is really easy. Just you need to know how to cut the whole mesh apart. So if you cut it into correct places, it will be so easy to do. So now we have this first object, so we don't need to duplicate everything. So we can go to the 3D view and go to the edit tab, and in the copy UVs, next to the copy UVs, we can choose either horizontal or vertical UV stacking when we copy this mesh, the UVs with this plank to the other ones. So let's select copy UVs and select the first edge of the plank that we've unfolded, and select the same edges of on the other planks, and if we hit space, doing the same thing, and if we hit space and go to the UV texture editor, you can see that all of the planks have now the same UVs. But it would be better if we do it vertical stacking, not horizontal. So let's do that again. Just select the V, and now if we see that all the UVs of the planks are stacked vertically, and just holding F just to unfold it a little bit more. I'm just going to bring this to the side, again holding space and middle mouse button, and doing the same thing with the planks, just hitting the C button and selecting edges. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm just going to hit D to bring it to the UV view, holding F, and you can rotate it by holding the space and left mouse click. Just you can rotate the UVs that way, and you can move it by again holding the space and middle mouse click. So doing the same thing with this one, just with the C button, selecting edges, hitting enter, then D, and going to the UV view, holding F to unfold it, rotating it, and just placing it right next to the other ones. Now let's start with this one. This is a little bit more complex. So the seam will be here. Just select this one, and the yellow will represent the loop. So if there is a loop, this will automatically select the whole loop. If you want to unselect some edges, just you can click the W key, just hitting enter again, and clicking D to bring it to the UV view, and just holding F and just waiting to unfold it. Also, if the unfolding is a little bit slow, you can try Shift and F. This will flatten it in a different way, and when you think it's enough, you can hit space. Probably we need to just, you can also cut the edges in the UV view, so I'm just going to separate those two. I'm just going to select both of them and rotate them and position them. Now back to the 3D view, we can just copy the UVs, select the two same edges, and you can see that now the UVs are copied. Let's only positioning them on top of the other ones. And now with this last one, it's just the same thing with the planks. Hitting Enter, D, and go to the UV. Just flatten it, hold F. And it's much easier and faster than using Maya. You can do this whole thing, these things within Maya, but I prefer this way, and it's much faster for me. I'm just copying the UVs. Just position them a little bit more correctly, just form something like a square. So we have finished the UVing of this bench, and we in the 3D view, when we hit the T key, you can see a sample texture applied to the bench, so you can see that we've UV it correctly. So let's save it by the name of bench import, and just hit save, and let's go back to Maya. So let's import the OBJ. So go to File, Import. Let's import the file that we've just created. So now it's positioned in the same place that we've exported it from. So if we go to the outliner, we can delete the bench, and now beneath it we have the bench that we've imported. Let's rename it. We can center the pivot, and you can see in the UV texture editor how the UVs are as we've exported it from the UV layout. So let's combine the bench on the second platform. On the platform, and just call it bench platform. So I've combined it and centered the pivot. And if I go to the UV texture editor, select the bench that we've imported, and go to Mesh, Transfer Attributes option box. Then select the second bench on the platform and hit Apply. You can see now that both benches have the exact same UVs. That's again because they have the same topology. So next thing that I'm going to export in the UV layout is going to be the right window blind. So I'm just selecting the right and the left window blinds, combining them, just centering the pivots. And now I'm selecting the right one and I'm going to export it. Just window blind right, and just hit export, and make sure it's in the OBJ format. And just going to export the left one too. The same name, just only substituting right with left. Now going to the UV layout and loading the right one. Holding space and middle mouse, just moving this piece forward. And again with the C key, choosing different edges to cut.